my name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller trademark training video out to you because you're watching. Thank you and welcome. It's meant for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, licensed presenters, the Core New Core, my patrons, and anyone interested in surviving and thriving as a Pilates instructor or student. Three things on my list today. The first one is, it's human nature to deny our nature. Number two is, doing Pilates is connecting to the essence that we are in. And number three is, know your target, know how to hit your target. I'm getting used to doing that more than not. Going through the titles, especially if they're short. If they're long and there's a lot of them, it's too much. But if you got short titles to take one pass around the carousel, so the three things. It's human nature to deny our nature. And our nature that we're mostly made of water, our nature that mostly we exist out of water, in air, and that all of that's happening in gravity, right? Gravity. And then even more that we are ignoring our nature in that we are mortal. And it seems that it's a human thing to do to die. And in so doing, be immortal. So I would fill up a balloon and tie it off and have a water balloon to throw at somebody and splash and make a in a water balloon fight where you throw water balloons and make them explode. Our bodies are water balloons with some sticks inside. But mostly water is the point. And a fish is made of water as well. But the difference between us and a fish is that we're trying to swim like a fish through an ocean of air. And when gravity comes into it, that makes it challenging. And one way to look at it is that because gravity is considered to be a uniform medium, gravity is the same way everywhere. Where did I get into that? The water balloon. We as human beings have to carry our weight or run through the jungle to survive. And part of that is to survive in gravity. And a lot of gravity is about that alignment because of that. Because it affects how heavy we are in space. In addition to alignment, how much musculature participates in our effort. How can we call in to assistance as much of our musculature as we possibly can to help bear the burden of our weight in space? our bodies. I think it's part of my projection that something goes on after my death in this expression. Or my death? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I gave up coming to a conclusion about that and be worried more about while I'm here, and insofar as that is the reality of being in this body and seeking to do Pilates as a training, as a conditioning, as a preparation for whatever comes up. And by virtue of that, surviving. It's our human nature, I think, to entertain ourselves as being divine in some way, and as such, ignore the reality that we find ourselves in, being in a human body, mostly water, mostly moving through space on a planet, definitely everyone involved in or under the influence of gravity. And that in doing Pilates, the uniform eccentric loading flowing through progressive patterns of movement, in doing the mat, if you can, that takes me to number 2, which is that doing Pilates is connecting to the moment that you're in. It very much draws you into more presence in the moment that you're in, I think, because one of the reasons your effort, your movement provides feedback that you can utilize to enhance your movement. And in listening to that feedback loop of what comes off of your movement to affect how you seek to control movement from there on, that time frame is so immediate, right? It's direct sensation. And that's the moment that you're in. Organically, my notes say, like, as an organism, as a human being, just bringing yourself as a wholeness, whole body, right, as a wholeness, into a higher state of presence, because you're not only thinking, you're also tuned into and coordinating with what you're sensing beyond your thinking, perhaps even before your thinking, right? And see, what does Joe say? What does Joe say? Joe, what does Joe say? Always keep your mind wholly concentrated on the purpose of the exercises as you perform them. Mind wholly concentrated. Purpose. This is vitally important for you to gain the results sought. Otherwise, there would be no valid reason for your interest in contrology. Now what? sensing, telling a difference, and from that, taking more control, exercising more control, finding more control, getting more connected at a deeper level. And in that effort, it takes you into the moment because of the observing going on, which brings you to a higher state of presence or awareness in the moment of what's going on. It's just totally amping your system, bringing it into a higher state of awareness and readiness through the performance of the choreography, in terms of moving in ideal ways to survive in an ideal environment. And so then number three is know the target. Know how to hit the target. And so what is the target? The target is complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. That's Joe's definition. MMP is a POV, considers body, mind, and spirit to be being, thinking, and observing. And it's in the coordination of those three capacities perhaps complete coordination, for it's not just a matter of a little bit, just some between all. Ooh, that's good. Some between all. All three have to participate to be in the flow of things, are coordinated for this to happen. And that's the experience of Pilates in the MMP POV. And so the target is that experience, the complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit as a state of being in the body in the moment of the doing. I know all this now sounds like dogma, but I hope you look past what sounds like dogma to what inspired it to become such well or often used language. The moment you're in, Pilates, doing Pilates helps you connect to the moment that you're in, because that's all there really is the moment that you're in. And in the moment of the doing is the Pilates. And the experience is extremely practical and wonderfully magical. Life can't live forever. Read between the lines, see behind the curtain, connect the dots. Evaluate points of view. Direct your thinking. Guide